Greetings, everyone. This is the Hipster Snek, joined today by my good buddy, Mitaku.
Warning, this game has dolls in it.
That it does. This is Playthings, a game I found on Itch. It looked particularly interesting, and we're going to get into it. Normal? I assume normal? I would prefer everything be normal. Burning Eye. That reminds me of Insomniac's old logo.
I don't think so.
Hey guys, why don't you open the bus door? I'm a fairy! No, thank you.
The game includes flashing lights, loud noises, jump scares, other horror elements. The game also includes mentioning of
loud noises!
The game mentions moving to Brazil, child neglect, mental disorders, and other things that YouTube won't let me say. So, let's get into this no doubt jolly
child
experience.
Neglect, which is like YouTube Shorts. That's just solidified child neglect.
Yeah. Show tutorial.
Your job is to investigate cursed dolls suspected of harboring souls and committing crimes, particularly murder.
Your job is to investigate cursed dolls?
Wonderful.
Oh, man. You know, at what point do you wake up in the day, you stretch your legs, you get out of bed, and you go, you know what I want to do with my life? I want to investigate cursed dolls. This is a thing that I want to devote my life to.
Interact with the glass in front of the doll while it sits in a secure room.
Where do you have to have been? How do you go through, the labyrinth of life? And this is where you decide to devote yourself.
Temperature test. To measure the doll's temperature, use the thermometer while looking at the doll. The room's temperature is between 16 to 25 Celsius. Any other value shown from the doll is an anomaly.
So we're not using freedom units then. Okay. I'll have to work with information provided then. 16 to 25. Like, a ranger made a comment about it the other day. He's like, but 98 degrees is a really weird body temperature. And it's like, not really. We're warm-blooded creatures, so having some kind of thermal floor makes sense for us. 16 to 25.
And here's the thing. Like, I refuse to use SI mostly due to the fact that it's derived from the French, and the French do it entirely just to spite the British.
Yep.
So, you know what? I don't care.
Well, they're literally the cultures that gave us the imperial system, and then they changed to metric. And they're like, you guys don't use metric. It's like, no, because that's not what you gave us. Pricks.
Physical discomfort. To inflict pain, stab the doll with the
okay, so it's what, 15 to
16
25?
16 to 25, yes. I wrote it down just in case.
Okay, so 25 is 77, and 16 is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So 60.8 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is actually kind of, that's more or less the temperatures for Poogburger, most, like in spring and fall.
Checks out.
That's pretty much,
that's
like around now, it's in the
weather.
high 70s.
Winter weather in Snekberg.
Yes, but Snekberg, you literally can fry an egg on the sidewalk.
Yep.
Professor, that's not fair.
To inflict pain. That's definitely something that's not going to get me killed.
Your items are a flashlight for dark areas, a thermometer for temperature testing, and scissors to inflict pain.
Wait, do you have scissors to cut the doll?
Yep.
What, to, like, prove that they have, what, are you like, okay, is it going to bleed or something?
Items and tracks your progress. To report
yeah, apparently one of the tests is a pain test.
Without an active assignment, you can retry any doll or read its result.
What the actual shit?
To start working with a new doll, ring the bell on the table. Study the document.
Oh, good.
After completing all
the
doll in either the OK box or the dangerous box. If it has shown any unusual behavior, even testing,
good. This is the moment. This is the moment I've been dreading my entire life, Professor.
Dangerous dolls will be further investigated.
Because it's going to be in this moment that I'm going to be like, I'm going to touch this bell, and this is when it's going to happen. This is going to be the time it's going to.
Dolls can go in either of the boxes.
Oh, there's a third option. That's interesting. So if the doll is completely unresponsive and they're not alive, they go in the OK box. If they're dangerous and react, they go into the dangerous box. But then there's neutralites, meaning that they can show empathy, and even though they are possessed, they're harmless. So, and that seems like a bigger gamble than it's worth.
In case of a blackout, plug a power box in the storage room and flick the switch
not for
off
nothing,
and on to
but
restore
if creatures are possessed,
Good luck.
my
Your
understanding
word.
of theology is it doesn't matter if they are not overtly malicious at this point. Being possessed is an unnatural act and therefore should be removed post haste.
Yes.
It's not a case of it's okay, guys. They're a nice demon. It's like, no, demons are evil. They are always evil, and they may be, nice now, but they're playing the long game. They are not going to be like, I'm reformed, because here's the thing: demons lie. Sorry, Vivsy Pop.
That mouse sensitivity is very, very, very high. Okay, there. I kind of feel like I'm better in control now. That's on the flashlight.
Once again, must reiterate. Sorry, Vivsy Pop. I don't care that you want to talk about, demon. No.
Okay. So we're starting with the practice doll, it said. Are you the practice doll? No?
Hello, doll. Hello, Kenneth. Oh, crap!
Hello there.
It knows my maiden name! Yes, of course. Billy. Oh, no!
Oh, good, I have a break room.
Of course, that's
Press
where you put
E
your
to hide. If I have the ability to hide, that means I'm going to need to hide.
Of course, Billy.
Hang on, so what's the other room then?
Can we just point out the unnerving aspect of the fact that they have to have the checkerboard floor pattern?
Of course.
That's just a really unfortunate choice. And I'm sure, they probably did it on purpose.
Almost certainly. Okay, so where's the doll? Oh, E to call the doll's name. Was he placed in the chair? Where's the doll? Oh wait, there's supposed to be some documentation, right? No assignment active. Okay, this is our test sheet. Practice doll. Practice doll is used to help you understand workflow. The test yields no abnormal results. Mark it with an X. It's test make the doll react. Mark it with a check. It's kind of like the opposite of what I would do, but okay. Where did my flashlight go? Like, it's one of those things where I can only have one item on hand at a time. Oh, good. You look friendly.
I'm gonna be your friend.
I'm
forever
glad.
Hey, weren't you the one who exorcised Mr. Barrington?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Real talk time. Do you still have Mr. Barrington, by the way?
I do. I kept Mr. Barrington. He's on my tchotchke shelf. Actually, he sits right next to my Angel Gabby doll.
Oh, okay. Well, that's perfect then.
That way she keeps him.
That's absolutely perfect. Angel hair is, going to protect us.
Yep. Okay, so this is... Oh, there's more audio tests. Okay. How do I just set down an item? Oh, G. Okay, I set G to drop it. Okay.
Hello?
Run tests, audio test, play an audio test.
If this thing moves, I'm going to be a little bit concerned.
It's actually kind of nerve-wracking. I only just got started, and this is a practice stall, but I'm still kind of just like...
You're looking away?
I was checking behind me. Hang on. Can I turn off the head bob? Just, like, all I want in life right now is to turn that head bob off. No, I cannot. Bug report. I cannot turn off head bob.
Practice doll.
Oh, he'll actually say the name as my audio is really low because the title screen was very, very loud. So, it had no reaction to any of the audio tests. So, name call. It was fine. Okay, next is the photograph capture. Which is that back there?
Where's the camera?
It's that black box. All on.
Why does it have to be in the dark room?
I'm like, is there a light switch I'm missing? Hang on. Oh, that makes it so much worse. Thanks, game. I love that. Alright. Then it says I'm supposed to compare it to reality versus the photo. So far, everything appears to be normal. That reminds me of What's-Her-Face from Teen Girl Squad.
I'm hesitant.
Alright, photograph capture, didn't find anything. Next is temperature, which means I need to bring my tools in here. You know what? Let's not leave the containment unit wide open. Also, it said it can act irregularly in other ways, so just like keep your wits about you kind of thing. So,
right.
Okay. Do I have... Yeah, I have to be in the same room as it. Great. Okay. Click, 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 click. How do I do this? No, get back on the chair.
Do you need to be like right next to it?
That might be it. Oh, yeah. Have to measure temperature. 16.7. On the cooler side, but well within acceptable parameters.
Yep.
I'm just going to start leaving my tools here on the table. So I'm going to keep this thing definitely close with me, because apparently a hiding spot is one of those things I'm just going to need to have on hand. And last is the... Oops, we've passed the temperature test, so that's fine. Next is the physical discomfort test. What a delightfully euphemistic word for what I'm about to do.
Hey, let's just say that, it's the one half of the Muppets pilot. I don't think that, we should do the other half of that.
Yeah, probably best that we don't. Where'd my scissors go?
See, I love how you instantly knew what I was talking about.
Oh, no, I'm familiar.
And I love, too, how, like, each time Jim Henson is like, yeah, so this is what the pilot of my, adult variety show is going to be like. And then they're like, excuse me? And he was absolutely adamant. I'm like, this is what I'm going to name it. And it's like, okay. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like he needed a professor to tell him, like,
Maybe you needed... Well, he kind of did. He had Frank Oz, who was...
Well, at least it didn't bleed.
I was about to say I was expecting it to scream or cry or any number of things. I guess when you just get used to assuming worst-case scenario while playing horror games. Okay, I think this is good. Which means this doll is probably fine.
So what do we need to do with the test form, then?
I'm not 100% sure. Okay, let's go collect her. Let's check the PC if there's anything else I skipped. Help. Display full tutorial, tests. Okay, this is kind of gives you a quick explanation. Photograph. photo should simply show what is there. There is a difference. It's an anomaly. If you hit the doll, chunks of cotton fly out, or whatever material the doll is currently made out of.
That's lovely. That implies there are other things
that can possibly come out. How delightful. I'm not scared at all. Why would I be terrified beyond all recognition?
What are you talking about, Professor? You hit the bell.
See, that's your thing, not mine. Okay, this doll's fine. Oh, I had to put it in the box first. Okay. In order to know how well you did with the doll, you can check the computer's report section. If you did everything correctly, you can also read the result of the doll's mystery. So they each have stories. Practice doll does not count. It has no report. Beware, starting from now, the dolls are no longer confirmed to be safe. Good. Why is there a hiding spot? Does anyone want to explain that to me before I get pushed this? Okay.
No reason. Don't worry about it.
No, it's right. It's fine. It's got to be fine. Let's go throw this on the table so we can get started. And maybe I should move the doll first so I can lock it in containment before I start running away from it. What? Sandra, Ingrid Capel, 9 years old, female, deceased. Wonderful. Doll was owned by young Ingrid Capel. It was found next to a lake where Ingrid was tragically drowned. Despite Ingrid carrying Sandra everywhere, the doll was found tossed next to the lake. It was never discovered as to why Ingrid did this, or even if it was moving to Brazil. Well,
I don't want to speak. I want to speak Portuguese. But
I'm going the wrong way. So
where are we going, Snek?
You are going to sit right here like a good doll. And I'm going to drop this blast door down where you...
Where are we?
Let's start with
Where are we going, Snek?
Sandra.
I think I actually need to turn my audio back up. The title screen was too loud, and now it's too quiet.
Sandra.
Okay, there was no reaction. So I think we are good for the name test.
What about the audio test?
That's what we're about to do next. Run the audio test.
Okay, I can't hear anything if it's saying anything.
It plays Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and some children's laughter, but I didn't see any reaction to any of that.
Okay.
Sandra.
Of course, we have the option to run tests until our satisfaction. There's no time limit near as I can tell. So I'm going to put that on a negatory on the audio test. So next we're going to have to get a little more intimate with the photo test. Don't do anything alarming, please. See, dolls are not one of my paranoias, I'll be honest.
Nope.
But I have... What am I doing? I take the picture. Jeez. Dolls are not a paranoia, but I've seen them used to great effect in the context of horror. That looks perfectly normal to me.
Yeah.
So next, I actually forget what the next test is.
Physical discomfort.
I think that's the last one. I think there's one more between now and there. Temperature. All right. Kind of like to save that one for last because that's the one that makes me feel like if there's going to be a point where I get murdered, that would be it. Okay, let's just do a quick temperature reading. It's just 18.1. That's within acceptable parameters.
That's within acceptable parameters.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
16 to 25.
Yep, I have it written down just in case. Okay, this is the one I'm really not looking forward to. Okay.
Oh, it looks to be
0 reactions.
Yeah.
It said there can be contexts wherein they will react in other ways. What's the...
Sandra.
I think this might be okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This looks to be the case, yes.
I mean, it did say that they're not guaranteed to be safe, but that they could be.
Yes.
So I'm
just saying everything seems to be pointing to that. Nothing isn't suggesting that it's not.
Okay. Well, we have a moment. It said we can check the report, and if we got everything right, we'll learn more about the story. Sandra. Doll's owned by young Indrid was found next to a lake, tragically drowned. Placed in the correct box, test was determined successfully. Read result. There was no evidence to suggest the doll was possessed. Further investigation of Ingrid's death revealed that she had gone swimming alone in the lake, carefully setting Sandra aside to keep her from getting wet. Tragically, Ingrid swam too far and lacked the strength to make it back to shore, leading to her drowning. So it was an accident. A very unfortunate accident, but it was just an accident, and the doll didn't maliciously kill her after being possessed by demons.
Well, that's good.
Okay, that actually kind of alarmed me. I didn't realize that... Oh, I hate you. I don't care what your actual name is. Your name is Dead Eyes McGee to me. Oh, good. It stands up on its own power. I love it.
Hello. Hello, Snek.
All right.
Let's play a game.
We're playing games, all right. Okay.
It's called Tic-Tac-Toe.
Millie.
Wait, I didn't even look up the report. What am I doing? So I don't even know the doll's name. He just said Millie without any context. Millie, owner Dana Furco, 6 years old, female, alive. This is already better. Dana Furco has run away from home, only to be found 2 days later in a shocking state. The only item that Dana had was her favorite doll, Millie. When Dana was found, she and her doll were lying next to a corpse. The body found to be Gregory Furco, Dana's uncle who had gone missing a few weeks before the incident.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. All right. Let's do the name test again real quick.
Millie.
No change. Let's run the audio test. It's not doing anything yet, but it might not be the type that responds to sound. I've played enough Phasmophobia to know to be very thorough during investigations. The only downside to that is, those are the only 2 tests I can do in relative safety. Mm-hmm. Everything else I have to get a little more intimate. Okay, let's take your photo. It's also possible this one might not be possessed. You don't know until, you've checked. What happens if I do it again? Nothing. Okay. Next is the temperature
test. Hold on, Professor.
What's up?
Can you look at the far wall? No, go over to the far wall. Opposite. Okay. I thought I saw something that was written on the far wall.
Oh. No, not that I've seen.
I guess not. Okay. All right. Sorry.
Nope, you're good. All right. Temperature test. That's not a thermometer.
That is not a thermometer.
Okay. 17.9. Again, we're on the low end.
Acceptable parameters, yes.
Everything's good. Everything's groovy. Okay.
We can do this, Professor.
All right. seems like it's not...
This is making me a little bit concerned. This is two ones which show no signs of anything.
But at the same time, if it's a perfect 50-50 split, hypothetically, you could flip a quarter, multiple times in a row and still get the, same side of the coin. That's not necessarily out of the ordinary.
I guess that's true.
Millie.
Still, that just is incredibly suspicious to me.
Oh, no, I agree. But if they both came out not haunted, then I could test it till Kingdom Come, but I think it's good, actually. Unlike a lot of these other test assessment games, I kind of feel like the game gave me a much more robust idea of what it is we're looking for.
Not gonna lie, the way that things are looking, I'm fully expecting there's gonna be one where you stab it and then cockroaches come flying out. Or it starts to you grab it and it starts to turn to look at you.
Okay, placing correct box, test was determined successfully. Millie is nothing more than a simple, unpossessed doll. The story of Dana and her Uncle Gregory is far more tragic. After investigation, it was discovered that Gregory often spent time babysitting Dana, moved to Brazil at the spot where they loved to go for walks together. When Gregory went missing, Dana set out to find him, only to discover a lifeless body at their favorite place. The reason behind Gregory's move to Brazil was linked to a long struggle with depression. According to Dana's mother, Gregory's sister, the two had recently argued about Gregory's alcohol abuse. Following the argument, Gregory was no longer allowed...
That's really sad. This is really sad.
Yeah, Gregory is no longer allowed to see Dana, whom he had once described as his only source of happiness. People...
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
there's answers...
There are people... And there are answers, and there are people out there. Even if you don't think it, people will miss you if you move to Brazil.
People would much rather hear your story than attend your funeral.
Oh, my God. Every single time you hold them, I'm just expecting one to turn and look at you.
It's kind of a cute doll, which actually makes me more off-put by the whole thing. Let's read the report and size up our situation here. Karen, owner Cyan Stewart, 10 years old, female, deceased. Right. Karen is a bride doll given to Cyan at the age of 9. Unlike typical imaginary conversations children would have with their toys, Cyan would engage in responsive dialogues with Karen. Not only would Karen reply to Cyan, but she would also occasionally tell Cyan what to do. At one point, Karen reportedly asked Cyan to play on their apartment's balcony. While playing dangerously close to the edge, Cyan fell 8 stories down. This thing is Mr. Widemouth. I bet you 10 to 1.
Hello!
I bet you this thing's going to respond to audio prompts. I feel like this is training us. The first dolls were the softballs. That was getting us used to the gameplay loop. This thing's going to react.
Karen?
I don't believe that for a second.
Karen?
Okay, let's move on to the audio test then. It is possible Cyan had a psychological disorder. But schizoid disorders don't typically set in until you're about in your 20s. So there's no...
Yes, I was about to say, isn't that a thing that happens when you hit adolescence?
Generally. A wise guy, eh?
Karen?
This is...
It's passing the test so far. Let's try the photograph test next.
Oh!
Oh no! No, 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 no. That tells me basically everything I need to know. Am I supposed to run the rest of the tests, or am I just supposed to assume based on that? Anything wrong is sufficient, right? No response here. Definitely response here. I guess in the name of thoroughness, we're supposed to document everything.
Yeah.
She hasn't done anything yet. Doesn't mean she can't. It also doesn't mean that we'll get anything on these. At the same time, I don't feel like we necessarily... Oh.
Oh.
That is sub-ice. That is... She's freezing cold.
Why wouldn't we know that when we touch her? That should, like, cause damage to our skin if we touch that. If that's below freezing.
Unless we have gloves. No response to the damage test. We definitely have more than enough. Yeah, this thing is definitely the spawn of Satan. Let's deal with it. I have all the information I need on you. Good, it's gone. Photograph alone would have been enough for me. Karen. Placing the correct box, test was determined successfully. Oh, we have the option to retry the doll if we want to. That's interesting. Karen harbors a spirit that lacks any means of physical contact. It appears to be a weak spirit trapped inside the doll. Cyan's death does not correspond with the doll's actions, as the doll is incapable of causing harm or communicating with anyone. Well, that's true. She didn't respond to any audio cues. Cyan's death was simply a tragic accident. The doll is considered dangerous due to the spirit it harbors. It requires further investigation. So basically, we did everything right.
I don't know. Having possessed spirit, I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me to have, creatures inside, things for children.
Anna. Owner, Wendy Kobayashi, 11, female, deceased. Wendy always loved playing with Anna. One night when Wendy's parents weren't home, she was left alone. Tragically, when her parents returned, they found Wendy had bled to death from a head wound caused by one of her other toys. The lights weren't working and her room was in complete disarray with toys scattered everywhere. According to the police investigation, the ceiling light, Wendy's lamp, and her phone's flashlight all stopped working at the same time. That could be a power outage, technically. It was already dark outside. Her room was left in pitch black darkness. It's possible that Wendy became frightened and tried to escape, but tripped and fell on a sharp object. The cause of the sudden blackout remains unknown.
I would be a little bit concerned about this thing messing with our power.
I was about to say, that is entirely possible. If it has some kind of EMP ability, we're not going to have a good time here. Especially because when you're not working out of Freddy Fazbear's, when power goes out, the door is open. That's a fire safety thing.
Anna.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh god, I just felt a chill run down my spine. Holy crap. Holy crap, dude. Open. Turn it off. Turn it back on. I was fully expecting her to just be standing in the damn doorway. Oh, God. Oh.
Well.
Little witch. I'm gonna leave that on. I didn't bring my checklist. Holy crap, dude. If I wore pants, I'd have to change them after that.
You wear pants?
Name call. That's a big check there, good buddy. I think that enough is enough to condemn it, but I have to do my job. God, I'm not gonna like this, am I? Oh, she does not like that. Let's put that down as a check, shall we?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that she reacts to that.
Yeah, sound definitely is a thing that gets under her skin.
The spirit is too weak to do anything. I think this spirit is active and malicious.
This spirit definitely can do things, and we need to be very careful in how we handle this.
I am dreading this one.
It's possible that each one manifests in its own special way. Because there's no physical reaction, but there was definitely a sound-based one. Whoops. Wrong button.
Man, I threw my form on the ground!
So many things to throw on the ground. All right, let's do a temperature test. Fully expecting one of these -5.
Once again, that
would be very unpleasant.
That's like 20 degrees Fahrenheit, I want to say.
Yeah, this one's hitting a lot of boxes. And now, this one's going to be interesting. Maybe a doll that doesn't respond to... For a split second, I swear I thought she had, like, turned to face me. Okay, doesn't respond.
21 degrees Fahrenheit.
So yeah, that would be very unpleasant to hold.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay, no response to the physical discomfort, but plenty of responses enough to get her thrown in the dangerous box.
I'm just gonna say, I'm sorry, not sorry. Go to the incinerator!
Where you belong! Pull the lever for the love. I have to stand back a little bit. That's a big lever. Okay, let's check the report on that. Anna. Correct box. Test determined successfully. Anna harbors a dangerous spirit that's sensitive to light. You think? It's confirmed that she was the cause of the blackout within a 30-yard radius. Scattered toys were merely the result of Wendy's untidiness, which ultimately led to her tripping over them in a panic and falling onto a sharp wooden tree sculpture. Wendy died from blood loss 42 minutes later. Her parents discovered her body 2 hours later when they returned from their anniversary date. The doll cannot be trusted with children anymore. I don't think the doll can be trusted, period. I think we need to destroy that thing.
You think?
Yeah, like... Oh, it's a cat boy. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy throwing you in the incinerator. You abomination to God.
I think that's a cat girl.
Oh, I thought it was a boy, but I wasn't looking that closely. Let's look at the report and get started. Claudia. No, you're right, it's a cat girl. Peyton High, 7 years old, female, alive. Peyton bought Claudia at a shopping mall with her mother. Doll's sound effect that plays when it's pushed too hard. Therefore, during the physical discomfort test, ignore the doll's meowing. So if it meows, it's fine. If it does something else, that's bad. Peyton's parents reportedly seen the doll move rapidly around Peyton's room, a behavior that is certainly not part of the doll's design. Although Claudia has never harmed anyone, the parents remain concerned.
Well,
all right,
I'll say this.
Weirdo. Let's get started.
Cat spirits are a well-known and very troublesome yokai in Chinese and Japanese folk stories. Oh!
I'm gonna go with check.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, I'll admit, I jumped when that happened. Will it do it from the floor? Thomas, he plays on the chairs.
Hey, Claudia, where are you, sweetheart?
Are you freaking kidding me?
Ouch, get out.
The door was shut. I do not approve of this. I think we should throw this thing in the incinerator right now. Okay, that's my personal note. That's gonna go under the addendums for...
Yeah, I was like, how did you get there? The door was shut. What are you, phasing through the window?
Okay, there's two possible explanations. That is like one of those undocumented supernatural phenomenon, or it's designed to like go at such a high speed that it just ignored the wall's collision and ended up on this side of the desk. So when I hit the computer, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I will tell you honestly, that was like a cold chill straight down my body. That was just like an, oh my god.
Well, congratulations, developers. You are now causing, Snek to...
experience existential dread. This, like, we
funny.
were playing horror games all night, and this is the first one that's gotten under my skin.
It's funny,
Photo's normal.
Are you sure? It seemed like there was something behind her.
Was there?
Oh, I could have sworn that there was like a shadow behind her.
You might have just saw the back of the chair. I don't even like handling this thing. It's possible that it's not acting with any malice at all, but somehow that's just...
Counterpoint, it could also be a Neko work. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's possible.
It could be a Pugum.
Negative...
Oh, okay. Okay.
What is negative 15 degrees Celsius?
Give me a second. I don't remember the conversion rate, so I can do the math in my head, so I'm just... negative...
Okay, here goes. I'm not going to enjoy this, am I?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Negative 14.8 is 5 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, the doll meows, but that's a...
Meow?
It meows, but we were told to disregard that. So nothing for the physical damage, but the temperature and name call definitely got reactions. You are going straight to hell, back where you belong. Half expecting it to go flying out of there. Let's check the report.
And you turn around and it's right behind
It's still, like, right there? Yeah. Placed in the correct box, test was determined successfully. Yeah, you think? Claudia harbors a spirit that appears to be playful, with no intention of causing harm. However, playful or not, spirits within these dolls are typically destroyed. Neutral dolls can be placed in either box if it's determined the doll is truly safe. No! We're not returning possessed dolls to people, mostly kids. We don't do that here. Those things get destroyed.
We don't. Ditaku and Tomodachi Bros Ghost Exterminators don't play.
We do not play those games. Maria, Claire Green, 11 years old, female, alive. I like it when they're alive. Maria was considered an ordinary doll until Claire noticed something strange. Whenever she blinked, the doll would disappear. Eventually, the doll was found near the Green family residence, carefully placed in a basket like it was a baby. Assuming the doll is simply a gift from a neighbor, the family decided to bring it inside. Oh, I'm gonna hate you. Which means I need to really watch this thing, like, carefully. That other doll already got out of the room inexplicably. Let's get our test sheet. This is some straight-up SCP-173 BS right here.
Oh, what are you talking about? That was the best part of that game.
It really wasn't. That was actually really annoying.
Maria?
Oh, God.
Where did it go?
I don't know. Hang on. Oh, she warped by the door. Okay, she's still contained. That's why we closed the door.
Okay.
This thing is definitely haunted AF. Let's try the audio check, though I'm really not enthusiastic for this. I think this is probably the test I've gotten the least useful information out of so far.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that can't change. I'm just saying so far, the dolls really just haven't responded to it yet.
Yeah, the only ones that have really done it are the Karen and... Because Claudia didn't seem to do anything apart from...
Now, Claudia didn't care about the music. When I said her name, she went berserk. -8. So we're definitely cold. Oops. Well, okay, I guess I recalibrated it. I accidentally skipped the photo capture test.
Well, you don't have to do them in any particular order, as long as we do them all.
That's true. I'm gonna do this, and, like, frickin' Movie Sonic from Lumpy Touch is gonna be standing behind her. Huh. I fully expected to get some kind of tactile feedback on that one. last one. Once I fill this in.
It's your favorite.
This one makes me the most nervous. Seems like it's literally the thing that would make them react the most.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
I'm just telling you, on one of these days, I'm expecting like cockroaches or insects to come out of it.
Yeah, that. I can see that. Okay. Well, testing is conclusive. You're going back to where you belong. And don't get mad, it's just a repatriation. It's where you deserve to be. I have expected her to just, like, warp out of the box. I don't know if that's something the game devs would allow them to do or not, but... Alright. Maria. Placing correct box, test was determined successfully. Maria harbors a spirit that allows her to move at completely unnatural speeds. In the blink of an eye, the doll will shift positions. Seems to be her only act. No reports have indicated the doll has caused any harm. For this, the doll is marked as neutral. However, every spirit that does not show human empathy still should be destroyed. It was later discovered that the person who left Maria in front of the green household, placed gently in a blanket, was none other than Claire's grandmother, acting with no ill intention. That's great, but little kids shouldn't have possessed toys, okay? I'm a little against that philosophically, you might say.
It just has a little demon of Beelzebub. It hasn't murdered anybody.
That we know of.
No, is that one of those, like, weird... Oh.
Yep. Abby, owner Jenna Wonder, 18 years old, female alive. Jenna was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder, ASPD, in addition to exhibiting hostile behavior towards classmates. She also tortured and disfigured her doll, ripping out its eye and hair, burning it with a blowtorch and throwing it around. Despite her parents throwing the doll away, it mysteriously returned to Jenna's room. On one occasion, she even buried it. It reappeared at any signs of disturbance at the burial site or dirt on its surface. However, the doll stopped returning after Jenna was sent to prison for attacking a boy at her high school with a knife, leaving him with a scar across his arm. Since then, the doll has remained motionless, which means that... Oh god, I do not like looking at you. I'm getting the sense this one may not be haunted. It feels like there's kind of too many, like, normal reasons that could explain a lot of this, including the delinquent herself. Like,
this is the reason why. This is the reason why exorcisms in the church are like extremely stringent, because assuming that things are, you know, supernatural is you have to be very careful about these things.
Right. All right, let's run the audio test.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Did it just move?
It moved its head. It tilted its head to the side as the song was playing. So, yeah, that's a reaction. Watch, this photograph is going to be cursed. It didn't reset position. That's interesting. Now I'm just like, if it didn't reset positions, does that mean the doll just slumped under its own weight?
I mean,
but it definitely moved during that song cue. That seemed like too perfect.
Yeah.
So we definitely had no photograph reaction. Temperature test might be enlightening. $18.7. That's fine. Okay, well. And this doll in particular, I'm really not looking forward to this one. If there's a time where it's going to scream or something, it's probably going to be this.
Oh my god!
I couldn't fix her. I couldn't. I tried to fix her, instead she has broken me too. Now look at me, I'm a monster. Please, I beg of you, don't destroy me. Sorry, pal. I don't negotiate with demons. Right. Oh, it actually draws attention to my test sheet. Temperature chest came back normal. Physical discomfort. Yeah, let's say we got a reaction out of that one, okay?
Jumped out of my chair.
Good Lord. I need a moment. Yeah, let's say we got a reaction out of that one. It's look, bro. It's not that my heart doesn't break for you. That we don't play games with things like you. You could be lying for all we know. You could have been the cause of everything for all we know.
See, the thing is that good spirits exist, but good spirits don't, haunt children's toys.
And more than that, this is a situation where letting it go is really just kind of inviting things to get worse. The only thing we can do is bring down the sword of justice and pray that the sinner find eternal life in the wake of it. Abby harbors a neutral spirit. She developed a desire to help Jenna with her struggles, although she didn't fully understand where Jenna's problems were even coming from. Believing that allowing Jenna to release her frustrations and anger on her would help, Abby endured the pain, unaware that the spirit could actually feel it. Abby tried to reach out to Jenna, but Jenna was too unstable, almost like a rabid animal. The boy Jenna stabbed has since recovered. Great. Jenna has been transferred from prison to a psychiatric ward, where she is receiving treatment for her severe case of ASPD. Abby has shown herself to be a kind spirit who simply couldn't help her best friend with a problem far more complex than she anticipated. I'm sorry. I can't permit you to exist in this world. Things like you simply...
monster. You don't belong in this world.
Yeah, it's simply a terrible idea to permit it to just happen.
That's it.
Vivian. Vivian Mark, 6 years old, female, alive. Description: Vivian, the doll named after its owner, was found beside the lifeless body of Vivian's mother. Mother had been brutally strangled, allegedly thrown around and beaten before ultimately choking to death. Vivian, the child, was questioned about the incident but was asleep during the commotion as it occurred in the dead of the night. The doll, which Vivian typically left in the living room, was discovered right next to the mother's body. Vivian, traumatized, has been placed in the care of her father. I hate you. I really don't trust you. Let's get the sheet. God, that last test threw me off so bad. It's the first time I didn't fill out my paperwork properly.
Honestly, I'm expecting one of these to actually...
Vivian.
Nothing. All right.
Actually, like, you look away from it and it starts, like, moving.
Yeah, almost certainly. Audio. If I move off to the side, is her eyes... I was wondering if her eyes were going to follow me, but they don't. Alright, it's negatory on the audio. Whoops. Alright.
It's just quiet. Too quiet. And after Abby...
After what happened last time? Yeah. Everything's coming up normal so far. Doesn't mean it won't change with the next one, but... It's possible that the mother was attacked by an outside force. It is possible that the doll happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time for any number of reasons. But I can't rule that out until we've tested everything. Alright, just gonna check your temperature. 20, which is fine. This is going weirdly well. Because maybe after Abby, the game felt like we needed a break. Temperature came up negative, and now the one that I'm really not looking forward to. Seriously? This almost feels too easy. Nothing. Okay, I think this is just a doll. Let me review the photograph one more time, but... Yeah, no, nothing. We've had so many. We have had a string of positives for a while, so getting a non would be different. Yeah, but all signs point to the fact that we did this correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling reasonably confident on our assessment on that one.
Yeah, I mean, there honestly was nothing out of the ordinary with that one. So.
Report Vivian. Place in correct box. Test was determined correctly. Vivian does not harbor any spirit. It's simply a normal doll. As for the tragic events surrounding her mother, it was discovered Vivian's father had violated a restraining order placed against him by the mother due to previous abuse towards her and Vivian. After breaking into the Marks' residence, he brutally attacked the mother, ultimately killing her. He proceeded to steal several belongings from the house and, with disturbing precision, moved the doll from the couch lying near the mother's body. It's theorized this was a twisted message, possibly signaling that his daughter was next. Father has since been arrested and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Well, justice was served at least.
I don't know about that. In such a situation, rehabilitation is not possible. What?
Where's the doll? Give me my flashlight. Andy. Devin Stokes, 8 years old, male, alive. Devin Stokes created Andy during arts and crafts, help with his teacher, and it quickly became his favorite toy. Ever since Devin brought the doll home, the Stokes family began hearing strange noises at night. At one point, Devin's father found the doll placed in various locations, some of which were too high for young Devin to reach, or even locked away. But there had been no overtly threatening behavior from the doll. The family decided to return it to the school. The doll mysteriously reappeared in Devin's room overnight. Even more unsettling, the doll had somehow been placed or had entered Devin's mouth while he slept, nearly choking him. It seems the doll is likely to move again.
No shit. It's going to be in a high spot.
No, that's not it. It's those little angel statues that are placed everywhere. Okay, game dev, I've got to tip my hat to you. You have done...
Is it going to be in the other room, maybe?
Could be. Let's explore around. Yep. I'll throw it in the doorway for now. Oh, you are super haunted, dude. I should trash you based on that. I should trash you for that alone. Of course, it said even secure rooms can't contain it, so this is going to do sweet FA. The fact that he's already assaulted the kid once, you know, is room enough for me to think that this thing is malicious in some capacity.
Andy.
Okay, I fully expected a response to that. Maybe it's not an audio-based one. Okay, let's try the photograph test.
I'm just really, really concerned that it just suddenly started teleporting.
Am I standing too close or something? It said that there can be other supernatural phenomenon, and that can be grounds to destroy it if you feel it's necessary. But it did specifically mention that it can move around in supernatural ways. The fact that we found it in that room over there is honestly not even all that surprising at this point. Alright, we're just going to play Doctor here. 18-8. That's fine. Yeah, sorry if I'm going to... I'm not sorry. I'm going to trash you regardless of what these tests tell me. Because honestly, that was all the evidence I needed. Watch, he's going to teleport when I go to stab him. Had he come down the chute, had everything about him been otherwise completely normal, I would have believed the tests, I would have put him in the okay, and we would have moved on. But no, he didn't even come down the chute. I'm not playing that game. Yes, it was. I fully filled it out. Oh, I didn't do the last one. Whoops. There was no reaction, technically speaking. I'm going to check to make sure he didn't teleport into the OK one. You son of a gun. I knew he was going to pull this crap. You're definitely evil. What, do I need to start reciting Psalms 91? Okay, we got him. Finally. Report. Andy. Placing correct box. Test was determined successfully. We literally had our first instance where everything came up negative and we still had grounds to destroy it. Andy harbors a mischievous spirit, one that likely only has the ability to move when its surroundings are obstructed from view. Beyond that, the spirit seems to form attachments, as evidenced by the way it plotted revenge when it was taken away from Devon, almost choking him in the process. Because of the spirit is considered dangerous, and the doll has been destroyed. Rightfully so. Okay, at least we actually got a doll this time. Looks like 6 from Little Nightmares. Tina, Katie Malone, 11 years old, female, alive. This doll was found next to the deceased father of its owner, Charles Malone. He had been stabbed 28 times across his body. His neck had been slit. Tina was covered in blood, and just behind her laid a blood-soaked knife. Katie, her mother, and her brother have since moved away. But when questioned, Katie refuses to speak. The 11-year-old remains silent, her face frozen in traumatized expression as she clung tightly to Tina. Oh, this thing is evil AF. You might be going, but Snek, the little girl might be evil. And you know what? Little girls cannot reach the neck of a grown man with a knife. So
little girls can't actually. They're not in the habit of stabbing someone 28 times. Speaking as someone who has.
Name.
I have 3 little sisters, okay? I've been around many young ladies.
I mean, first off, that behavior is well beyond the pale. Second, she physically couldn't have reached his neck. Second, even if she was armed, a small girl could be pushed away from a grown man with a swift kick.
As RFK, as asthmatic RFK Jr., posited earlier, 28 times, that's a crime of passion.
Yep. No! Whoa! No. Not again, please, not again. I will do it again if you hurt my best friend. Who are you? Are you going to hurt Katie too? Oh, God. What do we do, Itaku? Do we try to talk to her, or do we try not to listen?
Ordinarily, I would say, get behind me, Satan.
Yeah, seriously. But these are the options we're presented with.
I would say don't listen to her.
And yet, technically speaking, nothing came of the photo evidence. I mean, she literally just confessed to the freaking murder. Are our employees recording these interactions? Do they see these things that are happening to us right now? I hope they do. I don't know how admissible in a court of law a doll's confession is. But that right there tells us everything we need to know, honestly. I'm afraid to do this. Legit, because, like... You know, what happens if we have, like, a child's play moment? She yanks this out of my hand and goes after me. What do I do then? Nothing. Fascinating. Alright.
I'm just saying, you know, there's all these like, oh no, I'm so sad and I wanted to help people. I'm like, you know what? This is just gonna make it worse, or make it easier for me when I encounter, you know, literal actual Chucky.
Yeah, seriously. Report. Tina. Mistake made on the testing sheet? What do you mean, mistake made on the testing sheet? She didn't respond to anything. The camera should have still counted even though the picture wasn't wrong. Send me the stupid doll. Alright, you psychopath. Let's take this from the top. I won't be satisfied until I get the full story. But, because I am a professional, we'll take it from the top.
Tina.
Alright. I'm annoyed, but I understand where I made my mistake, because that was definitely a reaction. So, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, that is true. They got us there.
Yeah, I can't really be mad about that. That was on me. Alright, once again, not audio-based. You know, let's do the other tests first. I sort of feel like saving photo for last might be the smarter option here. Once again, temperature's fine. She didn't respond to being stabbed, much to my surprise. So the only thing she actually had a response to was this. We don't negotiate with demons. Oh wait, I should fill out my checklist. There was definitely a response.
Terrorists, supernatural or otherwise.
Photograph is technically a check. Everything else...
Tamagotchi bros, ghost exterminators at your service. We should do that, by the way. we should play some Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed.
I would be very down for that.
I actually just, downloaded it, so...
Alright. Let's report. Tina. Test was determined successfully. Tina harbors a spirit with the moral compass of a child. She only moves when the spirit deems it necessary. She can speak freely at will. After Katie's began to open up, she revealed the horrific acts her father had been forcing her to commit. Tina, having developed an attachment to Katie, concluded that Katie's father was a significant threat. In response, the spirit decided to murder him. Given the circumstances surrounding Katie and her father, the doll's actions were difficult to judge. While Katie's father was indeed a monster, deciding to take someone's life regardless of the person is still a form of threatening behavior. Katie is now receiving treatment and recently has shown signs of growth. However, this traumatic incident will likely never leave her mind. No, I should think not. Alright, let's do one more, and we'll call that a first impressions. Wait, why am I being alarmed? Oh, I didn't read it because, right, I brought her back, so it probably called up the same profile. Okay. Tracy. Camilla Williams, 8 years old, female, deceased. Camilla was peacefully playing in a park with Tracy when everything took a sudden and violent turn. Other children nearby began to levitate and were forcefully thrown around. 2 boys and 1 girl tragically lost their lives in the chaos. Meanwhile, Camilla, who had dropped Tracy and fled the scene, was grabbed by an unseen force and hurled violently to the ground, her body crushed beyond recognition. The only survivor was a boy that had been hiding in the bathroom, covered with metal doors. Despite the horrific events, the investigation yielded no concrete answers or any evidence as to what happened.
Oh, no.
You are evil, and I will prove it.
Oh, no. This is going to be one of those ones where we're going to have to hide, I suspect.
That... probably. Now I know what that hiding spot's for. Her ability must be targeted by nature.
Tracy.
Oh.
Let's go with... Yep. Boss, I have a question. Can I take the rest of today's work day off?
What are you talking about? This is normal for here. What did you expect would happen with cursed dolls?
You know, that's on me.
That's a fair cap. I don't know what I was asking. I am really concerned now for wanting to open this. This is clearly within her strike range. If we were using JoJo stand parlance.
Like, yeah, she definitely has demonstrated that she is aware of us. Not our biggest fan. And I don't know if this is the sort of game where you can die. There's been no concrete evidence either way on that. Freezing cold.
Oh.
Alright, cool. I kinda suspected that, if we're being honest. I'm gonna say the damage test for last. Feels like that's the one that's going to get her the most angry. I fully expected there to be a full manifestation demon behind her, I'll be honest. Okay. Nothing on that. I don't want to do this. I cannot tell you how much I don't want to do this. Really? Okay. Might not be the type who feels pain. Alright. Let's quickly do our job. Back up. That was definitely evil. Man, our janitors are efficient. Correct box. Test determined successfully. Tracy Harbor's an extremely dangerous spirit with murderous intentions and no sense of morality. Spirit appears to possess long invisible limbs that possess the strength of a professional boxer. So we can conclusively determine the deaths of the children, including Camilla, were caused by Tracy and the limbs that she controls. She has a freaking stand! Legit! This doll is severely dangerous and has been destroyed.
It's like the Diclonius of Elfin Lead.
That, okay.
Which, I mean, basically is, once again, just a stand. It's if you're not familiar, Elfin Lead basically are mutated humans that have effectively, like, spirit arms that they can, like, murder people with. Hush, little baby.
It's kind of not too difficult to figure out.
I just want to take the rest of the day off.
Boss, I don't feel good. I need to go home. I also wet my pants.
Why? I spooked myself.
I spooked myself. Yeah, this is amazing. This is a free game, by the way. This might be one of the most intense and fascinating things that I've played in a very long time. Like, holy crap.
I was legitimately surprised that as soon as we opened the door after that, Tina didn't try to attack us.
Yeah.
Like any other game, I would imagine that she would have tried to hit us with her like, stand limbs.
Yeah. Like, No, Tracy. Tracy was the one with the stand.
Yes.
Like, there was a few instances. First off, several of the instances were just super surprising. Like, the cat doll that, like, launched itself through the wall at me. Or, yeah, getting the stand slapping the glass. Which apparently must be bulletproof or something, because it took that like a champ. And, like, oh, man. This is such a brilliant idea. It's executed in this really interesting way where ostensibly we're like weird occult scientists trying to get to the root of these problems. And I'm just like, this is incredible. This and I don't know if that counters a joke or what have you, because like I hope there's not 100,000 possibilities. Oh man, this is so good. Leave a comment down below. If you guys want to see more of this, I'd be happy to do it. I also like that, unlike a lot of our Spot the Difference horror games, it gives you the option to retry and try to get it correct again.
You know what we should do?
What's
we
that?
should get Noodle in here for this.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good. I think you'd really enjoy this. This is incredible. Genuinely one of the most fascinating indie horror games I've picked up in a long time. Link is going to be in the description for yourselves. It is free. Please go show the devs some love, because holy crap. This game.
This is a good one, yeah. I had a lot of fun.
This is incredible stuff. So thank you for joining us. We're going to see you guys next time.